Act 1, we're still on day 5, so like, where's Act 2? Like, how long is this game? Jesus. Alright, so this time the family doesn't care, they're not involved with this case. The revolutionaries want him acquitted, and the people want him dead. Hierarchy. Ah. He died. Because of my choice. So I have yet to move up. I did kind of get someone killed. Alright, so who is this guy? Compiled by Charles Estienne. A tragedy... Oh, hang on. What is it? Murder. Oh, good. They want me to acquit a murderer. A tragedy occurred in one of the tenements by Seine near the Point Neuf. The 4th floor collapsed. The tenants, horrified by the crash and ubiquitous dust, ran outside. Only after a few minutes did some of the braver men run upstairs to look for survivors and remove the corpses. Rubble and timber buried 2 families. 12 people, 3 children managed to survive by hiding beneath wooden tables. Neighbours dug them out and carried them to Hotel Dieu. We cannot comprehend what the orphans are going through, and we have not eaten or spoken for 2 days. Okay. The owner of the house has testified that he had ordered the construction of an extra floor a few years back. Works were supervised by architect Maurice Lortie. The National Guard found the architect, who was also construction foreman, had an address given by the owner. Maurice Lortie was not surprised at the unanimous knock at his door, and he did not resist. They handcuffed him and took him to jail. So he's being accused of murder because he apparently did a shabby job building the floor that collapsed. Okay. Right. Did you build the house? I have earned my living in construction and renovation for many years. The floor collapsed because of your mistake. I don't know, I've worked on so many houses since then. Those children are dead because of you. Let me just say that I always build the best work I can. Okay. That doesn't really say a lot, but okay. So, additional floor. Let's see. A few years ago, you were assigned to perform some construction work. It was 9 years ago. I was supposed to remove the roof, add 1 floor, then build a new roof. Is that a hard task? It is known that it is easier to build a new than to improve on something already there. That's true. Did the owner have any objection regarding the work? If he did, I would have made many corrections as necessary. Which floor was built to you? The attic. The 4th, before that, the 3rd floor was the attic. Wow, they want to kill him already? These people are bloodthirsty. I've asked him like 1 question. Collapsed floor. With your knowledge of construction, what could have led to this tragedy? I can't be sure. Pests, poor materials, too much load on the structure. Every house is different. They should have been checked before the roof fell on the people's head. You did not mention a construction error. Yes, unfortunately that can also happen. I could have made a mistake in my calculations or wrongly assessed the quality of the timber. You are not denying it. If you are a judge, I have contributed to the death of the children. I will accept whatever punishment you choose. 2 weeks ago, a disease took my wife, and I no longer care what happens to me. Dark. So, you say the crowded flat could have caused it? Calling the witness, Roland Lesseur. Are you the owner of the house with the floor collapse? Yes, the floor in the attic collapsed and fell on the rooms beneath. Apartments were small, correct? Apartments were small. 2 rooms with 1 upstairs and 1 down. Not spacious, but I didn't charge much. How many people lived upstairs? I don't know, I didn't count them. You did not know how many tenants you had? I own 2 tenements. As long as I get the rent, I'm not interested in what happens inside. Exploiter. Keen to take the money and indifferent to when it comes to his tenants. Well, we definitely haven't got him down to acquittal. Why does the revolutionaries want... I don't understand. Corpses. They're not giving me much to go on this one. Did you talk to the tenants, the one that pulled the victims from the rubble? Angry and hurt, I understand their pain. I too have a child. Answer my question. Did you talk to them? No, I was forced to hide inside my house and close the windows and shutters because they were throwing stones. So the building collapsed because of your mistake, and you do not even have the courage to talk to the victims. I'm a coward, I know. How did they know where to go? Only the owner of the tenement knew my address. I'm not seeing any motive here. I get the guy's an asshole and he would have sent them here, but why? It's not like he owed him money or wanted to kill him or anything to not pay it. I don't understand. What? This case has just got nothing. How am I supposed to... Alright, see you later, man. Have a fun one. He should be acquitted. Well, yeah, I kind of feel like there's not enough evidence to say that it's his fault, but... I'm confused about the whole circumstance. Yeah, I'm going to acquit him, even though the jury doesn't agree, which might piss people off, but... Oh well. I don't believe he did it. Well, not on purpose, anyway. Stamp. Alright, so... Did the defendant confess to the crime? Sort of. He didn't really confess or not confess, he just said it could have been. No. So no, he didn't really outright say it was him. Was his act counter-revolutionary in nature? No, I don't believe so. According to the witnesses, did the tenant complain about anything? I should have asked him that question, I didn't ask him. I asked him if they were small, not if they complained about anything. And because of that, I don't know the answer to this question. And I can't just not fill it out. I'm going to say humidity, because that's the most likely answer. There's no evidence against the defendant, so he is not guilty. Can you repeat that while looking into the eyes of the orphans? You'd better take us into account in the future. Yeah, pissing off the jury is not good. Humidity was wrong. Okay. So it was either rats or squeaky floors. Either way, not a bad result. People aren't too pissed off at me. I'm far off from being beheaded by the revolutionaries. At this point, the common folk and them are pretty equal. Ah, crap. There can be no more demeaning experiences for a revolutionary in Paris than the escaped citizen Carpet. He escaped, slipped right from the hands, and the revolutionaries now seem feeble and weak. The people resemble a child that could easily be duped by anyone. However, the Republic quickly composed itself thanks to a postmaster and his people, who were able to catch the fugitives escaping Montemedi. Ordinary citizens led to the fall of the monarch. You will have a chance to serve the Republic as well. Citizen Capet will face a tribunal tomorrow. You will choose how he will be remembered, as a traitor or a coward, or as an unlucky statesman. If it were for the prison guards to decide, there would be only one outcome. I mean, he's got children with him. I don't want him roughing him up. Ask them to leave him alone. Doesn't necessarily mean I'll judge him as innocent. Yeah, I think we should play with the young child, because we haven't done anything with him at all yet. The wife's not happy because I played with children? Seriously? No, the young one's happy. It's all that matters. Act 1, Liberté, Day 6. I really didn't think these acts were going to be so many days. Is this the king? This is the king, isn't it? It looks like him. Oh, there's a note. The kid's sending me stuff in the book again. Reputation -1. Alright, so we only have one influence point left. Interesting. Alright, so my family wants me to imprison him, and everyone else wants him dead. You're the king, aren't you? You look like it. Speech for the prosecution of Anton Quinton. Patriot citizens, previously known as King Louis... Yep, it's the king. Must be punished for conspiring against the people of France. Louis Capet tried to defend his absolute authority by plotting against the National Constitution Assembly and the people of France. We all remember July 1789, he gathered an army, 15 foreign regiments, and ordered them to surround Paris, led by Baron de Bassenville, were to capture the deputies and shoot the citizens defending the reforms. And so they did. The Royal German Regiment drew first blood. After the plot failed, Louis Capet tried to flee the country with his family and scheme with the foreign monarchs abroad. Is that not the reason he took flight from the Tuileries the night of 1791, using someone else's passport? Was he not heading to Montmedy, where his loyal armies are stationed, ready to take him into Austria? Was he not... Yeah. If it were not for Postmaster Dorrit, the scheme could have ended tragically for all of us. Louis Capet will never abandon the thought of suppressing the revolution by force. For the events of 1792, he gave orders to the Swiss guards stationed in Tuileries to be doubled. He conducted a public muster in the front of horrified citizens, and the people had no choice. They had to act before the Capet attacked. They were shot in the events of Capet's escape. National Assembly evidence, an order issued by Marshal de Brogan de Bensfeld. Should any reason appear to shoot the rebels without hesitation, just as His Majesty ordered, have no mercy, for they shall have none either. Not looking good for you, Mr. King. Death to the king, viva la resistance. I hereby open your trial. Answer the questions when asked. Capet is the name of my ancestors. My name is Louis Auguste de Bourbon. That may have been the name before you raised your hand against your people you sworn to defend. As king, I have never done a thing to my people. I love them and still do. There is evidence Louis Capet's treason against the people of France. He should be tried as a foreigner, an enemy, not a citizen of the Republic. Interesting. Questioning the defendant will stir the impatient audience. Once angered, the people may even start a riot. Oh dear. People are anxious. Oh dear. People might get very, very mad, and there is a lot of questions. So what was with the fake passport? Really? Really? We got the first one wrong, god damn it. Who was responsible for delivering the passport? My butler. I ordered him to prepare all formalities regarding the travel to Montmedy. City Hall has not received any submissions from your butler. I do not know what to say. Was seen in the Austrian embassy. They surely took care of the documents for him. This is mere hearsay. Who said such a thing? Bring him here so you may repeat it. We have hard evidence, especially in the light of what accused has told us. Okay. So you attempted to flee the country. Call in Jean. Hey, this dude again. Did the accused Louis introduce himself as a witness with his full name? No, he didn't. He introduced himself at all. And produced someone else's documents. So he tried to hide his identity. You could say so. I used the name from the documents after he showed them to me. He never objected. By the images in the paper and the admission of General Lefenton's confirmed my suspicions. I ran as fast as I could to Paris to inform the authorities. The jury leans towards acquittal? Do you all want to get killed by the crowds outside? That's not even an option. God damn, like, he has to, at the very least, go to jail, and most likely he needs to die. Did the accused tell anyone the destination of his journey? Was he nervous or in a hurry? He's in no hurry. He even found the time to jest. Only the king would leave his carriage. Judging by his clothes, I thought he was merely a townsman. People are getting angrier. I need to calm them somehow. I need a question that will calm them. This man deserves no trial. I'm trying to get the jury on my side so they don't get too pissed off at me. How about this international plot of yours? Who helped you suppress the revolution? Frederick Wilhelm II? Francis II? Catherine II? Or maybe your relative Charles IV? Justice awaits them as well. Nonsense. All of it. I desire to take my family out of Paris as I did not wish for them to suffer house arrest. European monarchs despise our ideals of freedom, equality and brotherhood. Am I to understand that you tried to prepare a joint military invasion? I deny such accusations. There is no evidence for such outrageous claims. I would never turn against my beloved France. He'd sell his own mother. Never mind his country. Oh, they're getting real mad. I've gotten them up to prison. I need something... something to push them towards death so I can just do it. Shooting civilians, but that'll probably piss them off too. Who gave the order to shoot the citizens gathering around the palace? It was not an order to attack. The guard duty was only to respond if the citizens attacked. Their duty was to protect my family. In that case, you should have ceased fire as soon as you escaped the National Assembly with your family. It was chaos. I did not have a chance to give such an order, but I did immediately upon arriving at the assembly. The accused has innocent blood on his hands. How did that make the jury think he's less guilty? How? How? Hang on. What's... yeah. Surround the city? I don't feel like that's going to help. Doubling the size of the garrison. I can't get anything else wrong now. Method. Oh, hang on. Was the accused planning to reclaim authority in Paris and re-establish an absolute monarchy? According to the constitutional law, I was still king. Why did you raise a number of troops and Tuileries? Feared for my life. It was not the mystery that the citizens of Paris were inciting to seize the palace or capture us, especially Mr. Dante's goal. Against violence and disorder, Mr. Tine, not against my people. That didn't help at all. All links have been used. Crap! Well, I just have to do judgment now. I can't push them towards what I was hoping, so I'm going to have to piss them off again. Death penalty. It makes everyone but the jury happy with me, so I'm just going to have to do it. I was never going to do anything else. Wait, has my family moved towards it? They have. Must have been from hearing the testimony. The judge of the crowd in front of the building is enraged. There may soon be a massacre. The rumour is spread that hidden evidence of Citizen Capet's treason. People have gone mad. I will go to them. I would ask that you all stay in your seats until they return. Please don't kill me. I've been so good to everyone in the city. I've got both revolutionaries and people on my side. Please.
People! What vexes you? Why are you so angry?
The king lied to us!
And now we shall die.
That coward ran from us! He'll surely run from justice as well! We found proof of the king's treachery in his secret iron cabinet!
You did? Strategy building. Before attempting persuasion, you may explore different approaches to all topics in the conversation. Okay. Character's attitude. Each attitude comes with a set of emotions that can be positive and negative. Higher your reputation, the more you know about the other. Okay, so it's fairly high with both, which should help. Withdraw. I'm going to try the believe in me, because I think I only have one of these. Damn it. Humility. The evidence from the iron cabinet will be examined. I can be aggressive with that one. I will examine. Citizen Capet shall not escape justice. That's the best I can hope for.
No one can flee from the justice of the Republic. Even kings must bow before the will of Tamis and the will of the people.
Doubtful.
Any treachery committed against France will be punished with death. We shall examine new evidence, and if the rumors turn out to be true, I assure you that I shall behead this traitor myself.
Hey, that got him a bit on side.
I know that you might be angry, but you have chosen your representatives to protect you. Believe in me.
Intrigued. Well, they're not quite supportive, but it's better than nothing. Good thing they like me so much. Would the defendant like to explain why he concealed his secure iron cabinet and the documents hidden within from the convention? No one asked me about the existence of such documents. Oh, that's just plain semantics. You kept your correspondence well hidden under a lock and key. Could only be retrieved with the assistance of a master locksmith. Has a locked cabinet. I, for one, am keenly interested in locksmithing. Alright, so that's the case file. That's the bit we've already examined. Kind of want to look at this. So, the deputies of the so-called National Assembly are to be carefully questioned, and if any of them should display common sense and cease support of the Assembly, reward him with extraordinary high allowance. That doesn't look good for you. What about this one? We trust that with God's grace and help, His Majesty will soon arrive within the Imperial borders, and for us to grant him as well. With our beloved sister safely. Potentially take steps necessary to re-establish the natural European order within the borders of France. His Imperial Majesty of the Holy Roman Empire, King of Hungary, Bohemia, Croatia, Dalmatia, Slovenia, Galicia, Vladimira, etc. Because, yeah, back then it was a bit of a mess. Leopold II of Habsburg. Your Grace, soon we will come to your Majesty's rescue. However, for the time being, I implore you to muster local troops that remain loyal. I shall issue a warning to His Majesty's subjects that any and all who dare to raise a hand against His Majesty would suffer the direst of circumstances. My armies await, curb the tide of anarchy. Duke of Brunswick-Luneburg, Charles William Ferdinand. Right. Well. Let's see. Hey, my family's now on board with death penalty. If I was to acquit him, I really want to know what would happen if I just outright acquitted him. I'd probably just die. I'd get murdered. I don't see it going any other way, really. And if I imagine if I imprisoned him, then, yeah, they would just kill him. Oh, I've got my things back because of the new evidence. Letters from the Duke. And letters from the Emperor. attempted escape. Suppressing the revolution. And minister's orders. All questions unlocked. There we go. You were aware of the plans of the Duke and the Emperor? Silence. You need to speak up. I do not deem their threat serious. You reek of treason. Allow me to quote. My armies await my orders. Does that sound like a serious threat? Prince Charles is impetuous, but I never once thought he would dare attack France. People are getting mad again. Did the accused intend to lead the Emperor's forces to France? In this letter, quite clear about his intentions to return order to France. I do not know the plans of Emperor Leopold, and I do not know that I would never allow anyone to spill French blood. But you must admit such an offer from an enemy government paints you in a bad light. Dear God, it's merely a personal correspondence from my brother-in-law. It's not personal when the letters are exchanged by rulers and deal in matters of national security. Yeah, okay, people are getting mad. It's taking too long. Doesn't matter. I've got the jury on side. I've got what I need now to sign off on it without pissing off the jury. Death penalty. Oh, that makes them very happy. Here is my signature. The jury is on my side. Goodbye, King Louis. Slap. Was his act counter-revolutionary in nature? Oh, hell yes. Who was corrupting politicians in Citizen Cuphead's request? That was Roland, right? According to his defendant, why did the Emperor Leopold write him letters? He was afraid of his life. He was afraid of his life for his friend. He was afraid of his life for his sister. Why did Citizen Cuphead not warn nationalists about the Duke Brunswick's plans? Claims having issued warning but was ignored. Did not consider the threat to be serious, yeah. There you go. I sentence Citizen Cuphead to death by guillotine. Take the convicted away. Long live the people. Down with the tyrant. Oh, the people love me. And I got all the questions correct. Reputation 7. Oh, they're very happy with me. And the jury also likes me. I got their reputation up too. Hell yes. Revolutionaries, common folk, influence points. Next. Should I take my family to watch the king die? I love that at the start they wanted me to acquit him, but they very quickly in the trial changed their mind.
Do they understand? Their excitement was stronger than the smell of the fresh wood the guillotine was made from. Do they know what's about to happen? Sheep that only now realize they used to have fangs and claws. One thought guides their clenched fists. To bow before the new, uncompromising idol with a shining steel crown. I too have felt their eyes on me, just like him. A silent assistant in this ritual of new faith. A random acolyte, scared, doubtful. Will not the old gods seek vengeance for this treachery? He abandoned them all too easily. I was unable to understand their screams. I only tasted the stench of their sweaty bodies. But I could hear one thing perfectly. Bring us the king.
Viva la revolution. Maybe I could win the heart of the crowd. I mean, that would be good. Earn the favor of the crowd by delivering a speech or proceeding directly. Once you start your speech, there's no going back. An awkward or clumsy speech will earn you nothing but ridicule from the audience. I feel like I should speak to them. They do like me a fair bit. So they're very sensitive to the defendant. I guess because he's the king. Okay. So we'll be harsh about the crime. Manipulation. And aggressive about the revolution. Guillotine would almost be a pardon for such a hideous deed deemed torture. Should we torture him? Stand there and allow a criminal to tell you what to do? Get myself a little bit of extra reputation in the speech before we do it. They're now satisfied. Let's be angry. Only death awaits the enemies of France. They're very satisfied now. That'll earn me some extra reputation. Crowd satisfied. Extra 4 reputation. Hell yeah. I die as an innocent man. I forgive my enemies. I'm pretty sure those were his last words, that he forgave them. He's such a weird king. The history of the revolution in him is so interesting. Oh, I actually have to pull the rope. There he goes. They did it. They killed the king. King Louis is dead. Long live the king. Is that a map from the Moogler's case? You stole evidence from court? Did not steal it. Only found a use for it. It would be more useful in my room than the dusty drawers of the court archives, after all. A map by a Tuggart should be treated with respect. What a lovely explanation. Consider it a gift. Now take it. Try not to talk so much. You should be more concerned about the events with the king. Just because the whole situation seems peculiar as your superior, I should be the one judging Louis's case. I fail to understand why Rosperi asked you to assist. Are you jealous? Of course I'm jealous. It's an important moment in history and the people will come to read about it for decades to come. Seems there will be trouble. I have a feeling that someone is toying with my life as the unknown forces persuade me down to chaos. Keep your eyes open. You came to the political world of the city out of nowhere. That means someone will have to step down to make room. You have to sound so defeated. My husband is a renowned person now. We should be happy about it. It is easier to shoot someone in the spotlight. Is that a threat? Your decisions in court influence your relationship with your family. Well, they're all pretty happy with me, honestly. Stroll around Paris and let your father stretch his old bones a little. I feel like he won't like that, though. Yeah, she definitely won't like it if I go gambling. She'll be happy. They'll all be happy but him. He won't. Literally, I don't think anything makes him happy. Unless I go gambling with it. That's the only thing that makes him happy. Influence on the people. Choose my influence on reputation. Influence on family relations. We'll do the evening stroll. Oh well. Whoa, that went way down. That was not necessary to go that far. The wife went way up. Yes, now I get bonus in reputation. Probably. I think it's just under a negative. Really? Day 7? When do we get Act 2? Hey people, good to see that some of you made it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this content, there should be much more like it on my channel. Feel free to subscribe to see some more. Check out some of my links in the description. I stream on Twitch 3-4 days a week. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put some links for some other videos on the screen that you can enjoy now. See you all in the next one, I hope.